In this concept 4, you can see that there is a projectile. This is a projectile which is fired from this point at some angle of projection of theta. Let's suppose that this angle is theta and the projection velocity is u. Okay, so this projectile will strike the final point at the same angle theta and with the same velocity u. You know that. Okay, now let us see that if there is a triangular wedge, you can see that this is a triangular wedge, and one end of this wedge is at the point of projection and the other end of this wedge is at the point where the projectile will land. So this projectile will just touch this tip of the wedge, the highest point of the wedge, and land at this point if tan alpha plus tan beta is equal to tan theta, which is the angle of projection. Tan alpha is this angle, tan beta is this angle, and tan theta is the angle of projection. So let us analyze this result. Okay, or let us prove this result. We know that the equation of trajectory y is equal to x tan theta into 1 minus x upon r. We already have derived this result, and if we see that if the point of projection is this one, so y would be h and x would be r1. X is r1 and this is tan theta, and 1 minus x by total range. The total range would be r1 plus r2. Okay, and if we see that if we just backtrace the projectile, or we can assume that if the projectile angle of projection is this one, point of projection is this one, then this h would be equal to r2, because x coordinate would be r2 in this case, and this would be tan theta into 1 minus r2 by r1 plus r2. Okay, so you can see that h upon r1 from the first equation is equal to tan theta 1 minus this would be r2 upon r1 plus r2, and obviously h upon r1 is tan alpha, and similarly h upon r2 would be equal to tan theta into r1 upon r1 plus r2, and this would be equal to tan beta. Okay, so you can see that if we add up equation 1 and 2, then we can say that tan alpha plus tan beta would be equal to tan alpha plus tan beta would be equal to tan theta is common, and this is 1, so it is equal to tan theta. So this is the desired result which we wanted to obtain. Thank you.